Stranded with nowhere left to go, Ukraine's most vulnerable refugees are up against more than just Russia right now. Their livelihoods have been turned upside down, some unable to flee Ukraine on their own. And in major cities across this war-torn country, they face long lines and empty store shelves, many fearing that an already disrupted supply chain will lead to food shortages. But for Yakiv, it is now a story of refugees helping refugees. He is spending his time driving people from Lviv to the border to shelters that still have room, or even to his own home. Yakiv is joining us live tonight. Sir, we appreciate you giving us a little bit of time. I know you're having some very busy, long, tiresome days. First of all, tell people at home where you are from, a little bit about your backstory.
Good evening. I'm from Ukraine. I'm from central Ukraine originally. I grew up there, studied there, and quite recently I moved to Lviv right before the war started. So now I'm located here, and I feel that I'm a little bit lucky that I'm in like the least tense, like the most safe region, because it's really close to the Polish border. But at the same time, got some free time now, and putting it to good use.
So tell me more about what you're doing and who you're helping.
So I'm just a part of a big team of volunteers that are just using their private transport to drive people around, because the flow of refugees is quite big. I'd say it's crowded on the train station, obviously. So we're putting all the everything we have, all the resources to help them out and drive them. And many of them don't really know where they're going, and we're trying to assist. On the train station, and now we got some really powerful coordination, and just many people helping out, and it works so far.
We're hearing about these shortages of supplies, electricity in some areas, food and water. When these people arrive to Lviv and where you are, what are they telling you about their journey and their level of despair from where they've come?
Usually they're telling about really long train ride, and certainly the problem is not even getting them from Lviv to border. It's probably the easiest part of the ride. The hardest thing is to fit into the train, and they have also they ask them to turn off their phones and to not use them, to not disrupt the the light masking. I don't know. They're just trying to, and the trains constantly change routes, moving unpredictable, so they cannot be easily tracked. So it takes really long time. The trains are crowded, and that's probably the main problem. And so many people are going with young kids, smaller kids, toddlers, and it's not a joyful ride when you have small kids.
No, and we keep seeing these images of these sweet babies all bundled up in their puffy coats with their little backpacks. I can't imagine the questions that they're asking, the questions that you're getting. What do people want to know from you? What are they telling you about what's next?
They're usually asking about how to cross the border and about some formalities. Fortunately, it's really straightforward, and usually there are no problems about crossing the border, and we are doing our best to bring them to the particular border passes with the shorter lines. And I can see that those become shorter and shorter. It becomes more and more organized. And quite recently, the Lviv City Council, as I understood, finally joined on this effort, and they're providing lots of buses. So our work is less and less needed, and it's good because we're available for other tasks.
Yakiv, I wonder, a day into this, 2 days, 5 days, 7 days, we're approaching 2 weeks now. What is the level of optimism for people about what they're seeing happen and what the next day, week, month holds?
I'd say that Ukrainians are really positive. They really trust their army, and obviously those people who experience the real warfare are really traumatized and in despair, but at the same time we were suffering from this for 8 years and people got used to it. So everyone is the spirits are up and they just want to get this thing done, like we just want the war to be over as soon as possible, but obviously on our terms. No one is giving up.
Yeah. Before I let you go, Yakiv, President Zelensky being compared to Winston Churchill. Today, he told British Parliament, "We will not give up. We will not lose." What do those words mean to you tonight?
Those words mean a lot because we want to get back to real life. Every one of us has, passed, everyone has dreams. And for 8 years, we lived in a limited future country. We didn't know what will be tomorrow because of this constant warfare on the East. Now we're in an open conflict and everyone wants to we wait for the victory day. And we truly believe it will approach soon with the help of our allies and with the strength of the Ukrainian people.
Yakiv, I know that you're a talented musician. I hope that you're able to play some music for people as they pass through this dangerous time in Ukraine and into Poland. Thank you for giving us a bit of your time tonight.
Thank you.
Be safe. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.